So I started at the U of M in computer science, actually. I didn't really know what I wanted to major in, so my first semester I went through that and decided I just didn't like it. So I thought about things that maybe I would enjoy more, and teaching was always something that I had thought about. So I had enough credits, more math credits than other credits, so I just decided, well, why don't I try the math ed program? So I switched to that. So my first teaching job wasn't at the school. I taught, so this is my 19th year here, and I taught my first year at a different school. It was really challenging. So my position, I was hired for the high school, but also the middle school, and they had something called the ALC, which was the alternate learning program, or alternative learning program. So I was split between two buildings, like the three different programs. I didn't have my own classroom, so they said, all right, you can use the staff lounge as your room. At the beginning of the year, I was searching for some kind of cart or something to put all my stuff on, because I had to carry all my stuff to different rooms and different buildings. So I checked with the media center, and they said, no, we don't have any extra carts. Why don't you try the principal's secretary? So I asked her, and she was like this cranky old woman, and she's like, well, I have a cart, but it's for my plants. So she didn't even let me use her cart because her plants were on it. So I went in the back of the building, and I found this rolling chair that was broken. That's why it was in the back, and I just wheeled my stuff around on this broken rolling chair, because it wasn't very supportive. I didn't have my room, they wouldn't give me the cart. It was just it was terrible. It was an awful first year. And I just remember I didn't get much support. One of the science teachers, he stood up at one of the meetings and said, we need more support for our teachers, our first year teachers, because he could just see it was really tough for me to do. And so I ended up not getting hired back there because they cut the position anyways. So then I found a job here, and it was really weird because it was this alternate universe. It's hard to say because I know that first year definitely shaped a lot of who I am today as a teacher, but I mean, if it could be avoided, I probably would have said work at any other school. Is what I would have said. That's a tough question, just because again, I feel like the teacher that I am today is shaped a lot by my experiences, good and bad. So I don't know if I would have changed anything, but at the same rate, I probably would have there's rough times that you go through, but then I don't know who I would be today then if I hadn't gone through them. So I'm not really sure. I was thinking about that question. It's really tough. I don't know what I would tell myself, but I also don't know if I'd want to relive every single experience again. So. I just think every day there's always something, a student who hasn't been working decides to work, or you just see a light bulb go off for someone who had been struggling. And I feel every day I come to work and it's kind of like a sitcom, just students do things and they make me laugh, and it's just it's so fun to come and just every day experience life with your students and just see the growth and just share that experience with them. So I am hopeful. I do see a lot of just students surprise me in different ways, and they show up in different ways that I wouldn't think about if I didn't come to school and if I wasn't a teacher. So I think just seeing students persevering through things and seeing that light bulb moment is just really inspiring to me. Remember that you weren't on time today, even though you know where my room is. I also remember that one day you and Maddie and Sophie were putting crayons in order, film color. But I know that you're a hard worker and that you do try hard in math and you find success. So I think I really just want them to remember me as someone who wants to see them do well, who I'm trying to do everything to help you succeed. It's just tough when you have those students who you could do everything for them and they just they're just not going to do it. That's tough as a teacher. I just want kids to remember me as someone who wants them to do well and in hopes that they found joy and they learned a lot from my class. Well, number one, getting to my class on time. But other than that, I think you're doing really well in the class, and just to keep seeing that in my class, to see, you and your group of friends, you always do so well with figuring things out and asking questions if you need it, and doing a good job.